athletic Pascal Siakam. He could be a factor tonight as they get pumped up for the action at Target Center. Pacers, T-Wolves on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. What better way to end the weekend than the NBA on 2K Sports? This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. A look at Indiana's starting group. Halliburton and Nembhard make up the backcourt. Nesmith out there with Obi Toppin, and it's Siakam in at the 5. And for the Timberwolves, DiVincenzo and Edwards on the perimeter. Then it's Ball, and it's Keels in at the center position. All right, Stan, what's something you have your eye on at the start of the season?
Well, every year we have a new rule, or some kind of change in the officiating that affects how games are played and called. So it's something to watch for.
Here's Shannon. There's a screen. Launches it. And it's Tyrese Halliburton with the rebound. And Halliburton has got the ball here for Indiana. The shot by Nembhard, no good. Pass to DiVincenzo. From the arc. The kick out to Edwards. And the 3 off target. Now here's Nembhard. Defense is right there. And here's Toppin from the arc. Knocks down the triple.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Minnesota's gone 0 for 3 from downtown. A deep 3 from Ball. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Yeah, they might want to think about a high percentage look the next time down the floor.
Toppin outside. Releases from 15. Hits the front of the rim and out.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Ball passes to Keels. Pass to Edwards. Clock at 4. Solid as a rock from 20 feet out.
Man, Edwards gets great lift off the floor with shooting that jumper.
Halliburton outside. Toppin passes to Nesmith. Offline with a 3.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
And after that surprising Karl Anthony Towns trade, it took time for Minnesota to gel.
Yeah, last season some inconsistency, but they seem to find a groove down the stretch, capping it off with a deep run.
Now here's Halliburton. 23 points his last outing.
Almost like he was sneaking out to the corner. Halliburton is not someone you can lose.
Ball way outside. Keels. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. The Pacers have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Down low. Here's Siakam. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. You know, Grant, for a guy who started playing basketball at age 17, Siakam has put together quite the resume.
Yeah, B.A. Pascal is a champion. He's got multiple All-Star and All-NBA selections, and one of the great developmental stories when you think about his discovery through basketball without borders.
Indiana's gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Squads that love to run. Last year's team leaders in fast break points. The Pacers in 5th.
They would just push the ball at every opportunity, even when defenders had already gotten back.
Nesmith with it, guarded by Edwards. And he lobs it up to the rim. Siakam, no good.
And gearing up for the alley-oop, just couldn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync there.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Nembhard. Pass to Siakam. Shot clock at 5. Indiana needs to get off a shot here. Three-pointer off the mark.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch, and we talked about the growth of Tyrese Halliburton as a player. Coach's eyes lit up, saying, I'm in awe of the steps that he's made. The vision and the scoring was always there, but now the decision-making has gone to another level. It makes life harder playing against him, but as a fan of the league, you love to see it. Everyone is a fan. PA, back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Now here's Halliburton. The three. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. Left side, DiVincenzo. Off the mark there with a three. Indiana trailing here. To the paint. Here's Toppin. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Whoa, slamming it home on the taller defender. What swag.
Ball way outside. Indiana with a rebound.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
And Minnesota has possession. The Pacers making their last shot. Pass to Keels. Shoots over Siakam. Keels misses. For Indiana, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Nembhard, the pass to Toppin. Halliburton looking for an opening. Here's Siakam. There's the block. For three, DiVincenzo. They get it again. Pass to Shannon. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
Indiana has gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. So Indiana ends up going with a new group.
Substitution on the court.
Some nice passing by Indiana here. Zubac's shot is off.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet. Well, you got to say he was due to sink one. 4th time's the charm.
And so McConnell will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. They trail by 3. Pass to Walker. To the inside. Here's Zubac. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Here's Keels. He's guarded by Zubac. From the high post. Here's Keels. What a tremendous game he played against the Lakers. 4 on the clock. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's on Dante DiVincenzo.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Pascal Siakam, he's checked in for Indiana. Jones comes in for Shepherd. And last season, the Pacers started the playoffs with home court advantage for the first time in over a decade, Grant.
Yeah, the 4th seed in the East, BA. And with a blend of youth and experience on the roster, this is a team built to win now and into the future.
Now here's Zubac. Boy, he just disappeared against Memphis. They needed him.
Well, the players will say, mouse in the house. Great job to use his size to expose the smaller defender inside.
And here's Edwards outside. Pacers with a rebound. Last game matched up with the Grizzlies. A tough loss there.
A missing piece was their offensive rebounding. There were just way too many one-and-done possessions for them.
Yeah, they weren't as aggressive on the offensive glass, and that really made a difference in the game.
Ball with a steal. Doesn't go that time. Tie game in Minnesota. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
On the court for the Pacers, second quarter underway. Ivica Zubac's out there with Pascal Siakam. Then it's Jackson, then there's TJ McConnell, and it's Walker in at the small forward position. Here's McConnell following the three-pointer by Minnesota. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. And a look now at Minnesota's upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll be taking on Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And that game against Brooklyn, it's going to be their 7th outing on the year. You feel the team will continue to round into form.
Shepard, he's checked in for Indiana.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Inside, here's Walker, and the jam by Walker.
Nice slam by the big man Walker, making his presence felt there inside.
Pass to Keels. The kick out to Ball. Now DiVincenzo. Good. The assist goes to Edwards. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pacers trail by 4. Tipped. Here's Shannon. Oh, he just slams it right over Pascal Siakam.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Indiana shooting a solid 47%. And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And this is the first season matchup for them against Minnesota.
Yes, surprised to split the season series last year. These guys have confidence in themselves against anyone they face.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to specific matchups and style of play. Sometimes you have a difficulty with the team that shouldn't be on your level.
Indiana making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Walker, a screen on Ball. McConnell looking around. Shot clock at 6. Walker for 3. Keels pulls it in. Keels has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. DiVincenzo against Siakam. Here's Keels, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's an 8-point Timberwolves lead.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Outside Jones. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Halliburton's checked in for Jones. Now here's DiVincenzo. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at Dallas. They'll match up against the Mavericks. That game will conclude the 3-game road trip they're currently on. Here's Shannon. Siakam with the defensive effort.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
McConnell passes to Halliburton. Shoots over DiVincenzo. The Pacers again can't hit.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
And that's out of bounds. Last touch by DiVincenzo. And since we have a moment, here are last year's most efficient scorers around the league. In the third spot, Rudy Gobert. Fourth, Ivica Zubac.
These guys are as close as you get to a sure thing on the offensive end. All season long, they were shooting with pinpoint accuracy.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Zubac with a screen on DiVincenzo. Halliburton against DiVincenzo. 4 on the clock. Halliburton, the pass to McConnell. Here's Walker. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, guys, this summer saw the first ever 7-team trade in the NBA. You might wonder why it makes sense to involve so many parties, but basically teams have more flexibility salary-wise in these multi-team deals. It is enough to make your head spin, guys. This is where things are headed.
Big moves. Okay, Shams, thanks for the update. Here's McConnell following the score by Minnesota. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And the basket by Siakam.
Using focus and balance to convert jumpers, wow. Siakam has really improved his shooting.
Now here's Ball. He has 6. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." Back over to you, BA.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Pacers trail by 14. Halliburton, the pass to McConnell. To the middle. Here's Zubac. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Minnesota.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And I've also really enjoyed watching them hit the boards, specifically the offensive glass and how they've capitalized on that hustle. And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him, and you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
And Grant, while most didn't expect it, last season the Pacers made the second NBA Finals appearance in their franchise's history.
Yeah, BA, there's so much belief right now in that locker room. They never feel like they're out of a game, and that makes them dangerous.
Now here's Nembhard. No points so far.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Ball outside. Here's Keels. The kick out to Ball. Over Zubac. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Pacers trail by 16. Neesmith with it. And we're going to have a jump ball. A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. Ball against Halliburton. Over Ball. And Halliburton, the bucket on the assist by Toppin. Halliburton's got his second bucket on the night.
You know, the shot of Halliburton is just so steady. You add in his driving ability. Tyrese is a scary offensive player.
Howard down as the whistle blows. 3-point play opportunity.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
And prior to last season, the Timberwolves had never won a playoff series in consecutive seasons, Stan.
Yeah, and so now they make the conference finals 2 seasons in a row, the most sustained success this franchise has ever known.
Now here's Halliburton. He's got 5. Clock at 6. Toppin outside. Puts up a deep three. The shot by Nembhard, no good. Minnesota leading by 17. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Ball passes to Keels. Here's Shannon for three. Drills it from deep. Shannon's got 7 now in this quarter.
Terrific find there, and he notches the triple-double. He's just been everywhere tonight.
Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Keels has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. And so it's Minnesota. They have a confident 20-point lead right now. They've had incredible success